I put her like dirty cotton rug over her show rug and it looks so gross. Hi guys, it's Talisha and today I have another show vlog for you. So today Jep and I are going to the Sutherland Shire Dressage Day. We've never been here before. It's a bit of a drive for this show. We're starting to travel a bit further, which is exciting. But yeah, so luckily my first test isn't till 10:30, so it meant I didn't have to get up super early, which is nice. But yeah, we're doing two tests. We're doing the 1.3 and the 2.2. So novice and a prelim. That's really all I have to say. We have a pretty busy next 3 weeks ahead of us for the end of the season. So we have Sutherland Shire today, obviously. Then next week we have the rescheduled Robertson Spring Show, which is hacking. And a lot of you guys have wanted me to do a hacking show again for quite a while because I haven't done one. And I thought it'd be fun to do a bit of hacking on Jeff again. But we'll see how that goes. And then after that we have our final comp for the season / year, which is the Canberra Dressage Classic Championships. So that's quite a big comp. We're staying there for both days, so Saturday and Sunday. We'll be getting there on the Friday afternoon and Jep will be stabled there and we'll be staying in a hotel there. But yes, that's pretty exciting. It's quite a big comp and I've heard a lot of good things about the grounds there, so I'm excited to do that. Yeah, I have a little bit of baling twine so her slinky doesn't cut over her eyes or anything. Works really well. If I'm not all you need, then just set me free. I'm down on my knees. If you're not the one for me, then just let me. Alright, so first test of the day was the Prelim 1.3 and I will easily say that this felt horrible. I'm very surprised with the score and placing we got with this because I came out of it thinking we were dead last. Felt horrible and was just not happy. As you saw, we came in like a bit crooked. Her right shoulder was kind of falling out and we didn't even have a straight square hole. It was square, but it was just crooked. As you can see, she's above the bit. We didn't get a warm-up. It sucked. I don't like to be this person, but the area to warm up at was definitely not adequate. I mean, it would be for some people, but I like to be able to warm up in a fairly decent sized area, at least like the width of an arena, and with flat, consistent ground, which it did not have. It was small. We had to avoid ditches and loose sand and dirt, and just it wasn't good. I didn't get much of a warm up, and I didn't want to warm up there because it didn't feel very like it wasn't going to be a good warm up anyway. So to me, I'm pretty sure Jep took this as the first half of the test was pretty much her warm-up. She's not consistent in the bridle, she's rushing, and she just doesn't quite settle into the bridle until about halfway through the test. And then I'm really happy with how the rest of the test was, but it's just up to this stage, it's just not where I'd like it to be. I think her trot starts to get a bit better at this corner. She starts to take the bridle a little bit more, and after this walk it's actually when everything really picked up. Still wasn't happy with it. I was very surprised with the scoring. I talk about the scores at the end, by the way, and places and everything, but I will brush through the places I got at the end of both tests. So very happy with the trot there, and this is when she really starts to work nicely. This sand is a lot different to what we're used to as well. The middle there that she just went through was very deep, which made it really hard for our halts because it's just the middle was just, I don't know, it was very deep and hard to kind of keep a straight line, I guess, like, I don't know. And she kind of, you'll see as she goes through it, you can see her working a bit harder, not there, but when we go through it, just mainly coming up the centre line and going across the diagonal. Her can is starting to soften a little bit, but it's still not where I'd like it to be. But the second half of the test was definitely a lot nicer, and I was a lot happier with this part than I was the first part. But I was very disappointed when I came out. Not in her, just in myself and the circumstances. Pretty unhappy with how I rode. I ride this circle really inaccurately as well. I don't even go to the other side of the arena. Watch me cut. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, yeah. But somehow we managed to get first in the ponies and third overall. How? I have no idea. I'm still in disbelief. I didn't think we really deserved that. But both judges took a liking to us in this test for whatever reason. And it was probably the worst I've done this test, but I'm very happy with how it turned out, I guess, like placing wise, but wasn't happy in myself. So I just did my first test, which was the 1.3, and it's probably the worst I've ever done that test. It was just not good. I haven't been to this place before, and there's really nowhere to warm up, and so the place I did warm up, the ground's uneven and it was just horrendous. So, and it's small, so I didn't have much room to do anything, so I just did what I could and then went into the 1.3. Our first trot was just horrendous, and it was just like a warm-up, and then the second half of the test, that trot was quite nice, and I think that's because she'd been properly warmed up by then and was able to actually work nicely. Her canter was quite nice. I was pretty happy with that. We came in wonky on the first, like when we entered, and it was just a horrible halt. And then I rode pretty inaccurately too, which sucks because normally that's my strongest test, the 1.3. But oh well, we have the 2.2 in about half an hour, so hopefully that will go a bit better. Okay, time for the 2.2. I will straight out say that I think this is one of the better tests we've done for the 2.2. I was very pleased with this fix of the square halt. Love it, Jeff. I was very, very happy, honestly. Bit of a dodgy start there. Nice legs to measure. And the pony won't move. Anyway, I do want to say one thing. We didn't get any comments on this day about Jet being on the forehand, which is huge for us because that is our biggest issue. Like the biggest thing we're trying to get over. So to not get any comments about her being on the forehand was awesome. Just little comments about, you know, getting her a bit more uphill in some areas of the test, but we barely got any of that either. So I was very, very pleased. I'm very happy with her headset in this test, actually. Like, what is the camera doing? So sitting trot here, and then we go into our first leg yield. This could have been better, could have been a bit more forward. It was kind of stalled, but we got to the other side. That's all that matters. Yeah, I was very happy with her trot throughout this. Lovely transition. I don't know, I was very happy with this test, and it felt like one of the better tests we've done for the 2.2. That's how I felt anyway. I don't know if that's how it looked, but it scored pretty well too. This is the length and canter, not really any length in there, a bit of speed. I think she was struggling in this sand. Mind you, I found her a lot easier to ride in this test than the 1.3. I found she was a lot, there's the hard sand there, by the way, that she just went through. You probably tell that it was quite deep compared to the rest of it. But anyway, yeah, I found her a lot more forward in the 2.2, which is strange, but I think it's because, as I said in the 1.3, to her that was probably just a warm-up. Yeah, walking. I wasn't very happy with her long rein walk and trot, actually, in this day. She almost went into a walked canter then, if you noticed. Quickly fix that. But here's another long rein trot. I don't know, it just... She normally does these quite well, and she just wasn't stretching as much as I would have hoped her to. But that as well, I come into that a lot. I don't think I relax enough for her to stretch down. Notice her single strap has come loose. I don't know when in the test that happened, but I walked out and realised, and I was like, oh well, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not like it's the girth, it just goes over the girth. My saddle doesn't even need it, it just has it. But yeah, so here we come up for the last halt, which I was fairly happy with too. Ooh, a bit wonky. We struggled. It was just, wait, I'm so stupid. I really thought that was it. Alright, I take it back. We're not done. I was happy with that leg yield. That was the dumbest thing. Like, I should really cut that out. I'm really not paying attention, but I just don't want to cut it out. You can just deal with my stupidity thinking the test was over when it was literally halfway through. Anyway, so yeah. The canter is out of focus. Yeah, I was pretty happy with the canter. Could have been a bit more on the bit, but that's alright. It was uphill. There's a bit of lengthen in that canter. That's nicer than the left leg. And then we come across the diagonal up here and do a downward transition into trot. And I think it was fairly alright, this transition. Or does she stall a bit? Yeah, she stalls a bit. That's alright. That was through the hard sand, so I don't blame her. Nice trot there. Like that trot. Like it. Judges can't get in the way. Me preparing for a lengthened trot, which she didn't really do. No, she did a little bit, but it's something we struggle with, and it's just it either happens or it either doesn't. You know, you feel? Now we're done. So now we're coming up the center line. Oh, I'm so silly. Maybe this was straighter. Kick, kick, kick. And halt. Yeah, nice. Nice square halts. And we got, yeah, first in the ponies and first overall. Little Pep is eating and she's done for the day. Couple things. I just did my 2.2 and it felt really, really, really good. So I'm hoping that scored well. I haven't actually gotten my tests back from the 1.3, but Kyle and Mum and Dad did look at my percentage and what place I got. I don't even know how, but I got first in the ponies and I got third overall. So I don't know. I don't know how that happened. To get first in the ponies is one thing, but then overall to also get third, I don't know how that happened because it felt horrible. Got 69 for that. We got a 73 from one judge and then a 66 or a 67 from one judge. So it brought it to 69. Get Jep all packed up and done, and then we'll go see my results for my 2.2. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that we got a good score for the 2.2. The judge that gave me a 66 in the 1.3 was also judging again, and then there was a different judge with her, but I don't know. I'm hoping she scored us well. But it felt really good. So even if we don't score well or don't place well, I don't care because that felt really, really, really good. So I'm happy. Now I'm gonna go brush my pony and yeah. We're about to go get our results, but I just wanted to show you guys this awesome drawing that Leela did for me. I just ran into her then and it was so lovely meeting you. She also gave me this lovely card, and this drawing is honestly so amazing and I'm so grateful that you drew it for me. Jeppy looks so cute and it was lovely meeting you. Thank you for coming up to me and taking the time out of your day to do this for me. It was very sweet. Okay, so we got our results, and for the, I don't think I ever showed the 1.3, but we got 8s and 7s, 1.6 for a horrible halt, but the rest were 8s and 7s. And the 2.2, which is what I just got, I got a bunch of 7s. Oh, I got a 7.5, and I got a couple 7.5s and 6.5s and some 6s. And then I got a total of, I think it says here, 66% exactly, from an average of what, of 67 and 64. We got first in the ponies for the 2.2 and also first overall, which is super good. So I won by, in the ponies I got 60, wait, I won in the ponies by 7%, and then overall I won by, oh, just 1%. But that's pretty good to have beaten the horses and ponies, especially because she's a pony. Oh, there she is. Because it's always hard for ponies to beat the horses, so I'm always happy about that. And then prizes, we got a Horseland drink bottle, some pink hat, it was equine performance, oh it's dentistry it says, sponsor me please, and then a snazzy Horseland halter. But I'm a bit annoyed because I also got reserve champion overall in young riders, but doesn't mean anything really because I didn't get anything for it. But if I had done just one more test, because I did 2 and not 3, but if I'd just done 3 I would have gotten overall young rider champion and we would have gotten a rug, because the person who's gotten it did 3 tests but I beat her in both of them, but because she's doing an extra test it means she gets an extra score. So yeah, that sucks.
That sucks.
But oh well, we still got 2 firsts. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for this vlog. We're going home now. I hope you enjoyed watching and I'll see you next week for Robertson's Spring Show.
Boo.